everybody. Welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And we are going to continue our conversation that is supposedly about zoos and aquariums, but you may notice that we don't talk very much about zoos and aquariums in this episode because during the part one portion, the first half, yeah, we got into it, but then we kind of got off topic when Vanessa asked me a question that it happened to be a topic that I had a lot to say. And then Vanessa started telling some really interesting stuff. And yeah, the topic of zoos and aquariums just wasn't anywhere near our brains at that point. But it's still a fascinating episode, I assure you. So let's check it out. Yeah. Go do your thing. Go listen to it. All right? Yeah, go.
Joy, do you believe that there is life in another planets?
Oh, absolutely. That's a ridiculous question because there are certain people, like I used to listen to Howard Stern, and he would be very passionate about how we're the only ones here. There's no way there's life on other planets. And I'm like, Howard Stern's a smart guy. That's the stupidest thing anyone could ever say. I don't know if you, it's a strange question, but I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. There are so many stars out there. Just look at the Milky Way. There are billions and billions and billions and billions of stars in the Milky Way. And for, let's say 50%, let's just for the sake of argument say 50%. If only 50% of those stars have planets orbiting them, some of them, let's say 1%, are within the Goldilocks zone, which is the distance from that particular star where life can be created. Just mathematically, it is impossible for there to not be life on other planets because I'm just talking about the Milky Way. But there are also billions and billions and billions of other galaxies in what we know to be the observable universe. And that's only the part of the universe we have seen. We don't even know about the rest of the universe. So there's definitely life on other planets.
Okay, guys, next time you're going to do a ET podcast, okay? Because I can see how excited Joy got right now. So it could be 1 hour talking about this here.
I'm very passionate about things like, well, questions like that.
We can talk about aliens one episode. That would be cool.
Vegan aliens?
Yeah, are aliens vegan?
That's a good question. Maybe they
would
are.
be vegan. I think they would be vegan because chances are if they have the technology to be able to reach us, then they have the technology to be able to not eat other beings.
Yes.
So,
it's not efficient. Like eating other
it's not sustainable.
It's not efficient. It's not sustainable. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Why do they do it? They do it for the taste. Come on. That doesn't make sense for infinite beings that know everything.
Why did you ask that question? It came out of left field. I mean, I love that you asked
we
it.
start talking about the dinosaurs that we never really knew. We never, we are wrong about it or whatever. Even studying so many years, nobody never saw one.
Yeah,
that's the reality. So that's why I asked, maybe it's other planet.
Yeah, I think that
I have something more interesting to talk about that, Jay. But I don't know if you should talk in the podcast or. I had another experience to talk about that.
Can we talk about that?
And yeah, they might not eat meat.
Okay, go on.
I don't think they eat meat. There's no way.
Yeah.
Joey, have you ever heard of?
I have some evidence.
Joey, have you ever heard of Edward Casey?
No.
He was a what do you call it? He was a what do you call it when you see things? I'm losing
psychic.
He was a psychic in like psychic clairvoyant in like the 1920s.
Okay.
In the United States, and it was every time he hypnosis. He hypnotized himself. He would get these visions. And his visions came true. And a lot of his visions, though, were about aliens.
Okay.
And it was about these certain aliens called Arcturians.
Arcturians. Octo is 8. So what does that have to do with 8?
It's ACT. So Arcturians, I think, is how you spell it.
Oh, okay.
And there's this now there's this entire kind of subculture of spiritists, I think you would call them, or people that kind of read for the Aquariums. Vanessa could tell you a little more about it, but you go under.
I don't know if I could tell right now about it, but
you go under kind of hypnosis or like a meditation, and these people who have been trained to kind of read for you about what these Aquariums are.
They actually say they are such more evoluted than us. They're such like with higher technology or whatever, and that they can help humanity. In the beginning, I was like very like not really believing much about it, because look like crazy. Like, okay, you're going through a hard time. I'm going to induce you in a meditation, and they can get you and help you fix your health issues. It's kind of like, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
You don't. I'm like a person that I just really believe normally seeing. So to develop my faith took so long. I really have to prove like almost a miracle. That's why I'm Buddhist right now. But before that, I always questioned so much. And it's pretty, it's just like I'm going to be maybe too long to tell here. But you know what I was going through, Joy? I think you remember I was not doing really well with health. And one of my friends was insisting to me. She knew from somebody else about it. And she was like insisting to me to try. She said, what are you going to lose? You're feeling this pain. Nobody discovered what it is. And it was so many months. And like, okay, I'm up to like, do whatever you want to do, guys. Yeah. If it is that is going to help me, I don't care. Just help me. And I get so much better.
Seriously?
Oh my God, Joy. It was like a really, really interesting. The whole experience was pretty interesting. I felt some stuff. I really felt in my body, and it's just that night was the first night since was like October or November that I could sleep my entire night, because I was waking up every single night at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. with so much pain, and
I remember.
I still like in treatment. I supposed to be in treatment. It's not like gone completely, but it's incredible how much better I got. Even I was not believing at all. I was not believing.
You were a skeptic.
I was just, my friend, she insisted so much. She was insisting more than 1 month. Just try it. Just try it. Like, okay, you try it. And yeah. That is
wow.
That's pretty interesting. It's so many more details on that, but it's kind of like I have been telling people, because it's not, if you can help, if you're like going through something, you're feeling something, and I don't know, maybe really they are there, and maybe they are like so much evolved than us that they really can help in a different way with a different medicine. And there is that's a series that we watch it, kind of like a tell about it. And what one series? Thing is important.
What series?
The series we watched. Did you remember that series about the travelers?
Oh, travelers! Yeah.
Travelers. It's they are like in the future. They can come back and kind of like help. They come to help. But the most important, the most interesting part. One day before, Joy, to do this kind of meditation, hypnosis, I don't know exactly how to call, you cannot eat any meat.
Oh, wow.
Any meat. And you cannot drink caffeine too.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I know. It was pretty hard. But the meat, she say like 3 times to me, is important. You cannot eat meat at least 1 day before, any kind. And
you were like,
mind,
no
I was like, well, that's okay, because I already don't eat. Like, right. I'm already in the future.
Well, while you were talking, John was sending text messages about that. So I am going to read all about that. I'm very fascinated.
Yeah, let me read a little summary about it though, really quick. It's quite interesting. I remember when she was telling me about this because it's someone in Brazil that is doing the readings for Vanessa,
Okay.
and I think usually you go meet the person. But
Wait,
Vanessa,
guys, it took him one week for a share to John. What was it? Because
Oh, really?
it was so crazy that I like. Okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to tell this to anybody, because it sounds so crazy. But after I got so much better, I was shocked.
so when she said it though, I knew it sounded familiar, and then I started searching it, and I found Edward Casey.
Yeah.
And I remember Edward Casey was a well-known psychic. Like him and Nostradamus, I think are basically like the most well-known psychics of all time. You know Nostradamus, right? You've heard of Nostradamus?
Oh yeah, of course, Nostradamus. But what about that Jamaican lady Cleo?
She was like fake though, wasn't she?
Yeah, that was a very bad joke. Sorry.
I put a light to John. Wait a minute, guys. You can keep talking. John,
it's pretty bad. So Edward Casey, a well-known American clairvoyant from that early 20th century, frequently mentioned the star Arcturus in his psychic readings. Now, when they did his psychic readings, though, they put him under hypnosis, and he would just say all these crazy things, and a lot of the things would come true.
Yeah.
He viewed it as a place of spiritual importance and a gateway to higher consciousness. In modern New Age beliefs, the Arcturians are described as highly evolved, benevolent extraterrestrial beings from the Arcturus star system who guide and assist humanity in its spiritual growth. Many people and organizations study and teach Edgar Casey's readings even today. The main center is called ARE, which Casey founded in Virginia Beach. There are classes, workshops, and online courses focused on his teachings about health and holistic healing, spiritual growth, reincarnation, dream interpretation, and Atlantis.
Atlantis.
So I did it too. I mean, like shit. If it's working for Vanessa, I'll do it. I didn't have anything specifically.
I didn't have anything, but
I could always sleep better, and I can always improve. And yeah, it was interesting. So
I know you had a messed up knee a little while ago.
Oh,
was it your knee or ankle?
yeah,
shoulder. Yeah.
Everything. But they say that John is pretty good. I'm more damaged than John.
But this is I'm into this stuff. So I mean, I'm really, really into this stuff.
Joey, what was that? I think I mentioned this to you one time. What was that radio show that used to be on? George, his name was George.
Oh, and he would do like paranormal?
Yeah, it was always on at like midnight every night. It was awesome.
I think he died.
I think he did too.
Yeah. Oh my God, we started with Aquarium and Zeus, and we end up with other planets.
Well, I mean, the last episode we were supposed to be, it was supposed to be about vegan restaurants that serve meat, and we got into Charlie Kirk. Well, this is what we do, But yeah, I know. I'm not remembering the name, John, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got it. Coast to Coast.
That's it. Yes, Coast to Coast.
George Noory.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else like that on the air, I don't think.
No. You know what time it was? The show gained a massive following because it aired overnight, often from 1 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And became a cultural staple for truckers, night shift workers, and anyone fascinated by the unexplained. I remember I would like lay down in bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd listen to it, and it was crazy.
There was this one clip. I think you could find it online somewhere. And in this clip, it was so convincing. I'm convinced it was real. But this guy called into the show sounding very, very nervous and saying, it was just sounding very nervous. And he was talking about not necessarily aliens from another planet, but aliens from another dimension. And like then his audio cut out. Like, if you can find it, it's some of the most fascinating listening I've ever. I'm sure that there was some embellishment. Maybe it was fake, but it was so compelling. Yeah, I did a very shitty job of explaining
I'm
that.
sure I can find it, like just going down the ChatGPT wormhole. I guess Coast to Coast is still on.
Is it?
That's what it says. It says the show is hosted most weeknights by George Noory.
Oh my
On
God.
Sundays, there are different hosts.
You should have a podcast instead. Probably make more money.
Should ask them to be on the podcast, actually.
Are you vegan, George?
Well, I could relate the my situation with veganism. You know,
Yeah.
I start all this story to tell that one day before they ask you for you don't eat any meat. So might have a reason. I kind of like asked her. She said that she doesn't have the answer for that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, who am I to ask anything? Right now, sometimes if I doubt about something in my mind, I'm like, Vanessa, come on, don't doubt.
Well,
You just were cured.
yeah, that's just it. You feel better.
So who cares?
Yeah,
Vanessa,
exactly.
Didn't you yesterday or the day before say something about another dimension?
Yeah, she said something about my parallel lives. I need to do research about that. Do you know something about that, Joy?
Yeah, there's this book I read called Many Lives, Many Masters. And it's not necessarily about parallel lives, it's about past lives. But
yeah, she said to me something about my past life or parallel lives.
Okay, so there are two different things, but somewhat related. In this book, Many Lives, Many Masters, which I think is a fantastic book, nonfiction. So it's supposedly all true. My mind is very open to this sort of thing. And it's all about your past lives and how if you're hypnotized in a certain way, you're able to tap into what those past lives are and all that. And it's interesting, super, super interesting. Many Lives, Many Masters, great book. As far as parallel lives, that's kind of, do you know about string theory and all that? I mean, in today's world, it's basically just think about the multiverse because Marvel and DC, it's all about the multiverse. Okay. But it's kind of the same thing. And there are even reports like a glitch in the matrix kind of thing where someone comes back from work, gets into this huge argument with his wife, and she starts throwing things, breaking things. She storms out of the place. And then so the guy leaves. He's like, what the hell just happened? And then his wife comes into the apartment. It's like, what just happened? Why is the apartment destroyed? She has no idea what just happened. And the belief is that he had an argument with his wife in a parallel dimension, parallel universe, whatever. And his actual wife had no clue. She wasn't a part of it. So that kind of thing, I think, is possible. I know I probably sound like an idiot now to some people, but I'm very open when it comes to like weird shit. I'm very open to the possibility.
And you know what? People that listen to our show are probably more open to things. So
you think?
Oh yeah, they're vegans.
Yeah,
they're probably more open to things. It's kind of I have to tell. I was not really believing, but after being searched, so many doctors here in Brazil, so many tests, so many exams, so many.
I remember
nothing. And feeling miserable every single day, worse and worse.
I remember always asking you, are you feeling better? And is anything different now? And it was always the same thing. No, we're still trying to figure it out.
So for me was just to be able to sleep that night, the entire night. I woke up in the morning like, I can't believe I slept the entire night.
Yeah.
And I got better. It was not like 100% yet. But I knew about it. They use kind of like a map, she used kind of like a map, and I don't know how exactly they directed her to do this or not. But it's pretty interesting. The last one I felt very special because she said that everybody came.
Wow.
So like it came, she tells that it's like a specific knave that come to determine people. She never know who you show up when she requests. But she said that when she saw all of them coming to me, she thought I had like such a big trouble. The last I did it twice because I did do one more time, and I was like, I don't know if I was too problematic or too special. And she said, no, you're not very problematic. It's just that one little thing that's keeping the problem. I'm not getting details here because it's pretty crazy too. But but yeah, they all came to see me. I might be too special.
When we're not on the podcast anymore, like maybe next time we get together, I want to hear everything. Is the crazier it sounds, the better.
It's pretty interesting, Joy. I will tell every single detail.
I mean, don't forget, I was a paranormal investigator.
I know.
So,
but you know, if someone was telling me just was like about paranormal, like spirits, I think I would believe more, even though I'm a little bit scared. I'm very scared.
Yeah.
But when someone tell about other planets and lives on other planets, sounds like a farther. Because in Brazil, we talk about spirits all the time. We talk about this. So many religions really cure others using spirits. So it was not my religion, but it's still like very common. So it's still common for me to hear about it.
Yeah.
But never heard this kind of thing. And I'm good. I'm happy. I'm so happy now.
I mean, that's amazing.
I thank them so much. You spread the word.
Yeah.
Hey Joey, what was the craziest thing you saw when you were a paranormal investigator?
Oh, I get scared of that stuff.
Let him come on. Our audience wants to hear.
Okay.
Well, nothing can be explained briefly because a lot of it is like it's all about a series of things rather than one specific thing. But I'll try to be as quick as possible because I don't want to bore people or just make them roll their eyes too much. But I can tell you that there have been times where, like, let's say I'm in a room and a door will close or open or whatever the case may be. That's happened a couple of times. And I know that's very easy to fake. And I'm sure people listening will be like, oh, well, someone in the group probably did it. No, when you are in a group like that, you take it very seriously. You're not going to pull pranks. You're not going to be like, ooh, and that's stupid. It's just stupid. And we weren't getting paid to do it. So we're not going to do stupid shit where, you know, that just wasn't the point. We were all into it for well, everyone had their different reasons, but everyone had noble reasons for doing it. And for me, it was just the fascination. But I remember this one person, my friend Colleen, a psychic, she did it because she wanted to help them go to the other side. So there was this one time we went to a haunted ranch in Davie. And I remember standing next to a tree and all of us were in a group. And I don't know why, but I felt my body heat increase tremendously, very, very quickly. And I felt it like slowly. Like I remember it started at the bottom of my feet and it worked its way up. Like I actually felt it slowly go up. And the person standing next to me, her name is B, B-E-A. She actually noticed it. She was like, Joey, what's going on? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She said, I actually feel heat emanating out of your body. Like the person next to me felt like she was standing next to a furnace. I can't explain what it was, but I do know that the person who was explaining to us about the haunted ranch in Davie told us that spot where I was standing, there had been a lot of paranormal activity. There were other things that happened in that haunted ranch in Davie, but it's pointless to get into. I can tell you about another time where we went to a house in Hollywood. And now in this house, we all had to do our thing. We all had to take notes, but we couldn't talk about what we were experiencing during that investigation. Everyone does their own thing. And then at the end, you submit your notes to the leader of the investigation, and then they make a certain determination. So we went to this house. There were two psychics, Colleen and Britton. And there were things. It's a lot to get into, but I can tell you that at first things were very like kind of boring. Nothing happened, but the owner of the home was like, "I don't want you to go outside. You're not allowed to go outside. You do the investigation inside the house." We were all like, "Okay, no problem." But at one point, one of the people in the group took the guy and started having a conversation, kept him distracted. Colleen, Britton, and I went outside. And there was this hole in the house that was covered by some kind of a very crude patch on the wall. I actually saw it shake. Don't know why. At another point, I was able to, using a tool called a pendulum, very specific, I mean, not like a clock pendulum, I was able to communicate and have a conversation with one of the spirits. But the scary thing was that later, once we turned in all of our notes, Colleen, who is a psychic, Britton, who is a psychic, they both determined and discovered, not discovered, that's probably the wrong word to use, that there was a body buried in the backyard. It was not something they discussed. They both separately, during the investigation, had a feeling that there was a body buried in the backyard. And
there was?
Oh, well, we can't go to the cops and say, "Hey, we did a paranormal investigation. We have this funny tingling feeling that there's a body buried back there."
Was the house vacant?
No, the owner of the home was this creepy dude who, there were just creepy things about him. Like he had the windows boarded up.
Did he invite you to the house?
Yeah.
Because he thought there was stuff going on?
Yeah, he wanted us to find out if the place was haunted and how to take care of it and all that. Yeah.
What was the conversation you had with the spirit?
The conversation I had was, "Are you sad?" Like, I don't know where it is, but I actually had, because I recorded the audio of it. And while recording the audio, I was saying what the answers were, what my questions were. And I have it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I have it. And it's all yes and no questions. Like I asked it, are you sad? And she said yes. Because it has to be yes, no questions. You can't be like
a Ouija board kind of.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like 15 years ago. So I'm very hazy on.
So whatever happened to the guy in the house?
We don't know. Still don't know.
Is he still there? Does he own the house?
No idea. It's 15 years ago. It's
Did
probably.
Did you guys ever want to? Did you guys get the hell out of there when you thought there was a body buried?
Yes, but there was a guy in the group named Eddie, who was a former cop. He said that this is a conversation we had afterwards, like a week later or whatever. He said that after everyone left, he had to go back to the house because he left his glasses there. So he went back to the house. And he said that when he went back to the house, the demeanor of the homeowner had completely changed. When we had gone there before, he was creepy but friendly. He offered us donuts, but we all had a bad vibe about him. So literally none of us had any of those donuts.
Yeah, there was poison in those donuts. You were about to be buried in the backyard.
Yeah.
But Eddie said that when he went back, it was as if it was a completely different guy. That his eyes were different, and his demeanor was completely different. And he said, "Look, I was a cop for like 30 years, and I can tell you, there's something wrong with that guy." So I have no idea. I can't tell you more than that because I don't know more than that.
You guys, why didn't you guys do any more investigations after that about the house?
Well, we can't just go and investigate. We only go when the person requests it.
Did you want to go back? Did you guys like contact the guy again to go back?
I don't think we did.
Huh. It's hard not to call the police too after that, I would think.
What will we say?
Well, he was a cop though. What about the guy that was a ex-cop?
Well,
Eddie?
Yeah, what you're going to say? Well, I discovered that there's
I don't know. I don't do that many paranormal investigations. I don't know how
unless there's some kind of evidence, which we did not find any kind of a physical evidence. There's nothing that would that would justify having a search warrant for them to be able to dig in the backyard.
Wow. You never looked up the address again?
No.
Interesting.
I mean, back then, I don't think
there was no Google Maps.
Yeah, I don't think that there was like GPS the way it is now, because it was a long time ago. And now I'm trying. You guys, can you hear Khaleesi? Because she's right here snoring.
Yeah, I can hear.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, I'm trying to remember something else that stands out. Oh, yes. Okay. One more story, and then that's it. Okay.
Okay, you'll be like episode just for paranormal and ETs.
Yeah, it's definitely way off topic, but whatever. Okay, so there was a girl in our group named Michelle. Michelle was actually in the group longer than me. She had been in the group for a while, and she was very disappointed because she had done all these investigations but saw nothing interesting. Every investigation that she had been to was a letdown. No ghosts, no. She didn't see anything. She didn't hear anything. She didn't feel anything. It was all a big disappointment. So we then went to a house in Tampa. It was a house by the water, and it was I don't remember if it was a big group. I think it was like 4 or 5 people. So we went to this abandoned house where a guy died. He died under pretty gross circumstances. He died of an overdose, but no one knew he had died. And he basically decayed on the bed to where when they tried to pull his body off the bed, the skin and the fabric of the bed had become one.
Jesus.
And it was just very gross. So we went into that house and we did the investigation, and, we're doing our thing. And I remember having a conversation because I actually drove Michelle. We carpooled together to Tampa. So I remember during the drive up, Michelle was like, this is probably my last investigation. I'm just, I got into it just so I could see something interesting, and I haven't seen anything interesting. I'm probably just going to quit after this. So, Michelle's last investigation. Okay. We're doing our thing. We all go into different groups. Like Colleen and I, we're in one group. We're recording audio, trying to record voices. And Michelle is outside with B. She was the one who said, Joey, what's this body heat coming out of you? In that other previous investigation. So what they do is they go on a boat. The guy who used to own that home also owned a boat. And so they went on the boat, and they're just doing what Colleen and I are doing in that one room. We're recording audio. That's what B and Michelle are doing.
He lived on a canal or something?
It was Tampa Bay. So
Tampa Bay. Okay.
Yeah. So Colleen and I are recording our audio in the one room, and then all of a sudden we hear this incredibly loud, blood-curdling scream. And Colleen's like, Joey, go see what's going on. So I went outside, and I see Michelle, tears streaming down her face. She's in full panic mode. I'd never seen this girl like this. And I was like, what's wrong? What happened? And she was just like she was hyperventilating. And while she was sitting on the boat and she was trying to record audio with B, she said that there was a black mist that was like approaching her in a very malevolent kind of a way. And then she screamed and it disappeared.
Like a Harry Potter, the mentor. I don't know the name in English.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I haven't spoken to her in a really, really long time, but that's how she described it. And this girl, I'd known her for a while at that point. She was always calm, cool, collected. She was someone who was very brave. She wanted to see a ghost.
Well, she saw.
When she saw that, and it ended up being her last investigation, but not for the reason she thought it would be.
Oh my gosh, she saw. I used to be inside the car.
This is the one you drove home with?
Yeah. And in fact, when she was telling me about what happened, she was like, Joey, let's go. Please, let's go home. I can't stay here. I can't stay here. Please, take me home. I'm like, Michelle, we're in Tampa. That's like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive. And eventually Colleen was able to talk her down, and we ended up spending the night at that house.
You spent the night at the house?
We did, yeah. We all slept in the same room.
There's no way she slept. She did not sleep. There's no way.
She toughed it out. But yeah, that was.
If you are involved with something like that, you need to know that at some point you're going to see something.
Yeah. And another thing, and this is very, very quick.
Have to manage that and keep going.
Yeah.
That's also, crazy.
We did an investigation at Deering Estate, which is here in Miami. And I remember it was an overnight investigation. There were 2 things that happened. One, when we were in a room, we were the only ones in the room. There was a connecting bathroom in that room. The sink turned on all by itself. Like, I was here, the person I was with, I think it was Britton, we were both in the same room, and the sink turned on. Just like, what the hell? And another thing that happened at Deering Estate, there was a woman named Lourdes in the group. Somewhere there's probably a video of this. We were both sitting on the floor trying to record audio, and then slowly she reaches out her hand. She has this look, like this stone face look on her, where she's just like, her brain isn't really processing anything, and she's bringing her hand closer and closer to me until she has it wrapped around my neck. And I remember, I'm kind of fascinated, so I'm not even moving. I'm just like, oh, wow, look, you're about to choke me. This is interesting. And she ended up not squeezing. She snapped out of it. But Lourdes isn't the type of person to like fake it and, do something just because it's fun or funny. But she was like an older woman and, she, a school teacher, and she did that. So yeah, those are some stories.
I'm glad you are not doing this anymore. No.
Oh,
for your security.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but I think I'm done with it.
Okay, so today we went so off the topic that might be a different episode or just a big cut in our.
Well, I mean, do we have anything else to say about zoos and aquariums?
Oh, that's what we started with. Jeez, I don't even remember. Wow. Well, zoos are bad. Sanctuaries are good. Aquariums are bad. What else? That's about it. And aliens do not eat meat. They do not eat animals. And they don't have zoos.
How loud is Khaleesi right now?
Yeah, I just know that I'm not supposed to. You are not supposed to eat meat before do any kind of meeting with them. So.
Yeah. So, guys, my apologies. My dog is being very loud.
Khaleesi!
So, for those of you on YouTube, this is the source of all the snoring and snorting and burps and farts. Well, I mean, the burps and farts could be me, but not in this episode. Say hi, Khaleesi. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, should we end this now, guys?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wait, Joey.
Yeah?
I forgot.
Oh, did you?
Hey, everyone, before we go, please like us on YouTube, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Beautiful.
Spotify, Apple,
Amazon.
Give us some comments. If you guys have something about to this different topic we're talking today, yes, put in the comments to see if someone else have some kind of experience like us.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening, everyone.
I do love.
All right, guys. So for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And we are out of here. Bye, everyone.
Ciao.
Bye.